So if only there were some way up here in Chaparral country to protect myself from rattlesnake bites. Oh, yes, there is. I'm going to show you all this real quick here in a second from rattlesnake bites. Anyways, the old coot here coming at you with another exciting video. So this is the Pike Trail rattlesnake bite guards. Is that what they're called? Yep. So definitely Chaparral country up here in Southern California. Walking around, doing some hiking. I highly recommend that you get a pair of these because this is the beginning, at least, of rattlesnake season. Kind of like mid-spring, just before the summer hits, usually is when I think most of the rattlesnakes out here, they're pretty active. They're active year-round. Don't get me wrong. Like, this is something I bring with me now, at least, on every single trip that I take. But it's year-round pretty much in Southern California here, but specifically usually around mid-spring all the way through late summer, even into early fall. You really got to be careful of rattlesnakes, and especially if you're going to be hiking through stuff like this where it's very chaparral, brush, grassy kind of areas. Even on fire roads, like, don't get me wrong, even on fire roads you kind of want to be careful because early morning hours the rattlesnakes come out. They want to get some sun and all that good stuff. So anyways, let me show you what's going on. I'm actually wearing one, and I wanted to do this on purpose so I can show you what's going on. You basically have ankle protection. You have like where the foot connects to your shin. And then you have all these little adjustment straps, so you can pull and squeeze the Velcro to adjust as needed. And then you also have like a quick release, which is pretty awesome. So you can see you've got like Velcro closures and that kind of stuff. And then on the bottom, you've actually got a little buckle, which I'll show you on this one here in a second. We'll open this one up and I'll kind of show you that. I'll show that to you. But very nice at, like, if you're going to be going through, let's see if I can do this correctly. If you're going to be going through some brush and you happen to be hiking, see, already you've got like a certain level of protection here as you're walking through the grass. They're basically gaiters for your legs to protect your shins, your ankles from getting these little bits of wheatgrass that kind of might get stuck into your socks. Don't you hate that feeling? But at the same time, while you're here, you may I hope this never happens to anybody, but you may encounter a rattlesnake, and if you do, at least you know you've got some protection from the rattlesnake fangs from actually sticking into your shin or your thigh or whatever the case may be, or your foot or whatever. So anyways, let's go ahead and take a closer look. I love their design. It's pretty simple. You've got a little bit of a like rubberized material here, which kind of protects the actual fabric itself. Then you've got different layers. It's kind of like a roofing tile, right? Where one goes on top of the other, goes on top of the other to kind of protect that area, right on top of your foot. See my little foot right there? And then in the back, what's kind of nice is they've got these like emergency buckle releases. If you did have to release them for whatever reason, you just push the button, right? Boom, this pops out, and then you have better access to the inside. So that way you can actually get them on and off. So once you kind of set the level of where you want your Velcro, right? And it does take, like, I'm doing this with one hand, which kind of shows you that you can do it with one hand if you had to. But you've got the, what is that? The male Velcro on this side, hook and loop. And then you've got the female Velcro on this side. So basically, as you connect your buckle, right, when your buckle goes in, that goes in. Now you can kind of do it exactly the way I did it on my leg earlier, which was pull to adjust and then basically connect the male part of the hook and loop to the female part of the hook and loop. And then down here on the bottom, this is really cool. So this part goes underneath your foot, right? Goes underneath your foot and your shoe to kind of keep them on, like, secure in place. And then basically here you just have like a simple buckle connection where this part goes into here. You pull through, and like I said, so easy to do. You could do it with one hand. So this goes through. This part comes up. You connect it kind of where you want it, right? And then this little extra material here goes back inside of there. Boom, and now you're set. So how cool is that? So in real time, or showing you how it actually looks, that's how it looks on my huge thighs. I'm 360 pounds as of today, so I'm a pretty big guy with pretty big thighs. I mean, look at the size of my calves. I mean, that's got to be like, I think my calves are as big as Arnold Schwarzenegger's arms were back in the 80s. But basically, you kind of get the idea here. Hey, I can laugh about it. I'm in that process of losing weight and coming out here in this beautiful chaparral country. Doing some hiking is helping me with that weight loss process. But anyways, you kind of get a sense of what's going on. There's the buckle, right? If you want to see what the buckle looks like, and you can obviously tighten it and adjust it as you go, but very, very well built. I do love the construction. I do love the fit. I can walk around as comfortable as can be, right? Let's do some walking in the sun. Like, I can totally walk around in these and still be comfortable. Obviously, I wouldn't come up here in shorts wearing these. This is just for demonstration purposes only, but wear some pants, especially if you're going to be walking through this kind of brush. And like I said, even if you're coming up here hiking and you're going to be on a fire road, you never know when you need to pull off the road. Like if you're walking on a trail, especially like a single track trail, wear pants. You're going to thank me later, especially all those little chiggers and bugs and things that are in there. Another just quick explanation of these rattlesnake bite guards, these gaiters. Very well built. I have to say, like when you look at the material, I think the outer shell is like all Cordura nylon, and then the inside itself has this nice, I think it's like foldable, moldable, not moldable, but like there's some kind of hard or like semi-soft, semi-hard plastic that's in there. So it's kind of like, remember when you played soccer as a kid and the referee would throw up that yellow penalty card? I got a bunch of red ones, just saying, because that's how bad I was on the soccer field. But when the referee throws up, or like the milk carton container plastic, you know, it's kind of like that, where it has like, it's very shapeable, right? Like it bends, it folds, it basically moves with your body to keep you comfortable while you're wearing these. Like, I'm not feeling any unnecessary pressure in any part of where I'm wearing these. They actually feel pretty great and they feel comfortable. Like, I feel like I could wear these all day long, especially if I was going to go for a hike up here, maybe all day, 8 hours, early morning hours, you know, whatever the case may be. So you kind of get a sense of what's going on. But anyways, as the saws buzz behind me, because this is where nature meets residential, and that's pretty much how most of these hiking trails start out, which is kind of like a good thing. At least you know you're close to civilization in one way, shape, form, or another. But anyways, with that being said, Pike Trail, these are definitely worth buying. I think for the price point, it's the highest quality at the lowest possible price. Even if you think you're not going to encounter a rattlesnake, you never know. And even just as regular gaiters, these are great. In the wintertime, I believe they make different products. So they have a different line for like just regular bushwhacking, snow trails, you know, that kind of vibe. So definitely I will put a link to their products down below in the description section. Make sure to check them out. One last tip or trick. There's always a bonus in every single one of these videos I do. One last tip or trick is always bring yourself a little squirt bottle with some water in it. And the reason why is because if you set it to stream, see that? That's the first line of defense you have against a little critter. Cats hate water. Like if you encounter a bobcat, if you do encounter like a lizard or something, try to leave it be. You know, the lizard's just kind of doing its thing. But if you happen to encounter a rattlesnake and it's all coiled up and it's ready to strike, the best thing you can do is just walk away from it. Just slowly back down. Eventually the snake will kind of get more comfortable with its environment and with you not being there, and it'll move off the trail, and then you can continue on if you had to keep going that way. But if a rattlesnake is coming at you, or a critter or whatever, it's a good idea to have one of these little squirt bottles. You can squirt it. And knowing that you've got armor, that's what I call it, armor. You've got Pike Trail armor, or at least preventing as much as possible a rattlesnake bite, especially if you're going to be, you know, traversing through this kind of environment. Let me just show you all real quick on a side view. That's basically what you're looking at. So as you're going through this kind of bush and brush, let's see if we can do that one more time. See if you're going through this brush. See how it's kind of, the gaiters are basically protecting you as you go. Anyways, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down there below. Pike Trail, thank you for making such a great product. By the way, I think it was, I can't remember the name right now, but whoever sent this to me, I really appreciate you for sending it. that was very, very nice of them, especially since I'm going to be making a few of these videos out here. So this is just the first in a series of these. When I come back up here and when I do more of my backpacking trips, I will be showing these off and featuring these in those videos. So stay tuned. That's a good reason to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button down there below, hit the notification bell. I'm the Old Coot, and I'll catch you all in the next exciting video.